Hello everyone, welcome back to the Urban Pixel Minecraft exhibit. And this is our final Suburban exhibit, which is this little patch of development here next to downtown. And as you can see, the skyscrapers are already fully visible in the distance. And we're right near the highway. And so let's start with this bus stop here. It's very simple, however, there's a little touch of detail that I wanted to talk about. So first we started with glass barriers surrounding the entire bus station, so you could see around here like this, a little enclave in the road for the bus to stop in. This green emerald sign is located on all of the bus stops that I have, and so it's kind of like a general symbol of the bus stops. Little, chairs here for people to sit. But the number one detail is the inclusion of a locator map on the side of the bus stop, which shows your precise location, which is this green dot right here, and shows the bus routes and like what's nearby. And the best way to do this is to just take out an empty locator map on your inventory, and you draw out the map by pressing it, and it will sketch for you the surrounding area. And so we can see on this map that we have the highway right here, we have the entrance to downtown, the tennis court facility, this development of apartments here, and the fast food restaurant, which is like right across over there, like that. And funnily enough, I should actually update this map because as you can see, there's a little detail on the left side. You can see the old tennis court design that I used to have. I talked about it in my last episode about how I redesigned the tennis courts entirely to have the correct scaling. So yeah, that's the old scale. As you can see, it is quite large and it was very off. And so just a quick recap, now that's what it looks like, fitting multiple courts into the same area like that. Okay, so that's enough about the bus station. On the left, we do have a incomplete little patch of development here, but it's just two fast food chains. I've included a Wendy's and a Popeyes. Both of them feature the modern fast food design with this red structure like this, the mud bricks and the brick entrance like this. This is the newer design of the Wendy's. The other ones are like a little different. They have the curved roof and stuff like that. And this, you can tell this is a Popeyes because of the orange exterior with the bricks and the red on the top like this, and the black glass as well. And I've tried my best to make the Popeyes logo on the top. So these two buildings have a nice exterior, and the interior will be worked on. Okay, and so the hotel is back there, but when I first built the hotel and I had this one road leading out to it like this whole area was kind of an empty grass, and I kind of thought to myself, well, what could I do to kind of develop this area so that it doesn't look super empty? This road towards the hotel, it was just pure grass here, and I thought maybe I could just put a bunch of trees here and make a little forest, but I figured that wouldn't be so realistic. And so what I actually did was I just added a couple buildings here, and I find that I did a very good job with this. I just added like a small parking lot right next to the road. Of course, oh yeah, I do have the handicap spots back here again as well. And so this is just a very, very small apartment building. It's very simple. It's just got a small lobby like this. And we have the first two rooms, and we have an elevator here. And we have the top rooms on the top floor, like that. And so it's very simple. The rooms do have interiors like this. They're like studio apartments and stuff like that. And so it's very, very basic development, just a little bit of a good way to take up space in this little bit of grassland, and this is just an empty store with no interior yet. However, when you're driving from the arterial road here, you can see as you're driving by the buildings on the left. It just looks so much better having those buildings there instead of trees. It just looks like there's actually something happening there. Okay, and for our last building in the suburban area is the hotel. And this is one of my favorite buildings in the city. I think I built this about maybe 9 months to a year into the full city project. I built this building. And so as you can see, if you're a hotel connoisseur, you could immediately tell that this is a Fairfield Inn and Suites just because of the orange coloring and just the design of the hotel overall. But let's go into a little bit more detail because there was a lot to talk about with this hotel. So starting off is obviously this awning over here, which the cars do their drop off. And so just this design took a long time. I scaled it properly to make sure that the roof was high enough and it gives you this kind of spacious feel. And so it's actually very, very big. Let's talk about this little design right here. So if you look at the Fairfield the real Fairfields. This is the newest design of the Fairfield, with the awning being supported by one large gray pillar like this, and then 3 white columns supported up here. And then the roof curvature was also done very perfected as well, with the gray going up like this. And so this is exactly scaled to a real Fairfield. Right by the entrance, of course, we have these large glass doors as entrance, lighting, and these little ferns like this. And on the ground floor, we have these little bushes. So there's a lot of detailing that I added into this hotel, because I was very, very excited to make I love going to hotels, and so I was very excited to make this building. And so I wanted to make sure that I added as much detail as possible. As you could see, as we go a little bit deeper into the exterior here, so the white part of the area, which is the front area where the entrance is, juts out a little bit like this. And then anything that's a wooden texture in the back is 1 block behind the orange texture. And the orange texture is where the rooms are located. Actually, the rooms are located on the first floor too, but the upper rooms are located in anything that's an orange texture. And of course, every Fairfield has this design as well, which is these kind of wooden blocks going up like this with the white in the front. And then the brown pattern goes in the mirror image on the bottom like this. And so this part protrudes the most. And of course, the Fairfield sign is located here. I kind of just put random letters because the slabs are too big to actually write Fairfield. I wish I had letters, but unfortunately, this texture bag doesn't allow that. So, okay, so now, oh yeah, and we do have, of course, the parking lot out here, so it fits in a good number of cars. Okay, so now let's go inside the hotel. Oh, actually, one more thing. So there's a path back here, and it leads to the side entrance that you see here. And you can actually see inside the hotel hallway. So this is exactly where the exits are usually located, on the ground floor. And so this part of the middle hotel is always where the corridor is going to be. And there's always a window at the end. And so you'll be able to see like outside like this view, from the end of the hallway. Okay, now we can finally go inside. So you're greeted with the first set of doors. This area is usually where you'll see those luggage cart things where you put your luggages on to roll them back into your room. And then you're met with the second set of doors, and now you're finally in the lobby. And so Fairfield has these special decorations that I've implemented here. At first is this white box located on the shelf with this black decoration. And this is the closest I can get to that kind of box-looking texture, with the mud brick slabs acting as shelves, and this decoration like this. And we have the typical shelf here. Usually this is a metal horse. I've replaced it with an armor stand. And this mud brick texture going up as well with the quartz slabs and a lamppost like this. Now, I've been to many, many Fairfields, so I really, really appreciate the lobby architecture that they use. And so I've done a lot of research, and I looked at many examples of Fairfields, and I tried to imitate their lobby as best as I could, based on my own observations and also the ones that I see online. Okay, so aside from this detailing is also this colorful carpet here. The base, which is yellow and red and green, like patterns like this, randomized. And then the seats themselves, which are like wool couches, are this kind of cyan blue. And then a flower in the middle like this as a table. And so just this part alone is a very distinct Fairfield lobby look. Large red carpet in the center of the hotel here. And we have the front desk. It's very simple. We have 2 workers working in the front and some simple decorations. And every hotel contains a little mini store, and Fairfield calls it the corner market, and so I've put that into my thing as well. And I have a little fridge here with some drinks, and I have some food here. And once again, I use the item frame and shelf method that I use in the supermarkets. And so here you can see just a simple post like this. But you see this all the time in the Fairfields, located right in the center where the corridors are. And you can see on both sides that the rooms are located in those hallways. And once we pass that, the floor texture changes because now we are in the dining area. And so you can see, this is where you usually eat the breakfast. And the buffet is here. So the machines where the eggs, the sausages, the bacon, all that stuff, it's going to be in there. Coffee machines like this. And other glass things with food in them and drinks and all that stuff, and drink right there. And the lighting back here is also something I noticed in one of the Fairfields I've been to, and so I included that detailing with this large booth here, the tables like this, and then the alternating tables like this. I do have a very, very small swimming pool. It's not large, but it is something, I guess. Very simple pool, just some chairs there, some tripwire hooks, towel hooks, whatever. Okay, so now we are in the corridor. This design I've used like this. So most of the rooms do not have furnished interiors yet. However, one of them does. And so let's just take this as an example room. And so it's your typical hotel room with 2 queen-size beds, television, table, and chair with a painting, and the bathroom located in the left corner. I do actually have a better room to show, but I recently changed the floor texture of the hotel because I changed the texture pack. And so the floor is going to look ridiculous on the second floor, but I will be changing that soon. Yeah, so this is what that looks like. But the rooms on this floor are better, so I'll show this one instead. So as you can see, the pattern on the carpet, it's got this randomized blue and yellow with a brown base. Much larger width here. We have the 2 beds, and then we have cabinet, the roof, popcorn roof design, the window, of course, which you can actually see a highway in the distance. Wow, I didn't know the render distance was that good. The television here, of course, and then some more candles, tables, places to put your luggage, and the bathroom is always located in this corner. The 2 bathroom and the shower like this. And so yeah, that's what the rooms look like in this hotel. Alright, let's go down the elevator. Oh yeah, so as you can see, the elevator design is consistent throughout the video. We have this up arrow going up like this, and the elevator shaft goes all the way to the top floor, like so. This up arrow indicating that the elevator is going up like this with the red button like that. Okay, and we can see the same corridor pattern repeats here. All of the rooms do have numbers as well. 106, 108, 110, 109, 107. So all the odd numbers are on the left side. And I think that's about it for this hotel. I mean, let's just take one more zoom out. Because honestly, this building is beautiful. Oh yeah, and at night, so I have it in night mode right now, but you can see that I've included this texture where the windows glow a yellow. I just put yellow lights behind the glass, and I changed the glass to a yellow stained glass, so that it looks like there's like a light inside there. Now, if I change the time to day, that's what the hotel looks like during the day, and so you can just really see. Let's go on the highway for a second, and you clearly see that there's just a nice hotel right next to the highway. And here's what it looks like from the back. The back side of the hotel is just a mirror image of the front side. This back part of the hotel design, I adapted from a San Francisco downtown Fairfield hotel. And the front is just the typical modern design of all the Fairfields. And so, with that, in 7 episodes, we have finished the entire suburban area of the city. And so, the next few episodes are going to be showing everything else, the downtown and the airport. So let's just do one final zoom out of the entire suburban area, because it will be our last time seeing this on this channel. Here we are. The school to the left, the elementary school, the houses down there. By the way, that lake is fully man-made because it's super flat. So look at the houses. Back on the main road, stores, gas station, cars lining up and down the streets. Full plaza there, lots of cars in the parking lot here. Mall. Oh yeah, and just for an extra touch of realism, not that it's that important, but just for an extra touch of realism, when I make cars in a parking lot, I tend to make them like as randomly placed as possible so that it looks like more realistic. If I make the cars too neatly parked, then it is very not normal. Okay, so then we have the thing there, the tennis court facility right over there, and right before the highway was our last, what we just covered in this episode right here. And just like that, we are done with the suburban area. So look at the highway goes all the way out there, and this is where we're going next. once again, thank you so much for watching the Urban Pixel Minecraft exhibit, and I'll see you in the next video.